Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, great and wonderful people of Biafra, great and wonderful people of Africa. I greet you and I salute you. Welcome to this program. While you are joining us, share this video, invite others to join. While you are joining, share the video, invite others to join. We are a bit late today, but we never scheduled it. That's okay. So we are going to make it very brief, very brief, because it's Friday, it's weekend. So welcome to the program. You are watching on YouTube at Judge Money Blog Africa. You are watching on Twitter at Judge Money C. You are watching on Facebook at Judge Money Blog. We're going to, maybe join other Facebook platforms. But for now, wherever you are watching from on YouTube, click the like button so that the algorithm will be doing the sharing as well. Share the video all over. Where you are watching on Twitter, retweet the video. And don't forget on Facebook to follow us on that Facebook and YouTube channels. Don't forget to write down your own comment and your own take on the emancipation and reparation of Africa. Don't forget to lay your input. It is very important. This is what we have this evening, morning, afternoon, depending on where you are watching from. Number one is the extraordinary meeting that was held in Abuja. Extraordinary meeting that was held in Abuja. When you hear extraordinary stuff that happens in Nigeria, you should know that they are about to do something. They are up to something. So this is called an extraordinary meeting held in Abuja with the Ecowas, and I believe the UN was as well, there. So UN delegation was as well there. The meeting took place in Abuja for the sake of this military coup that took place in Niger Republic. So just like all of you are actually, everybody is actually worried on what is going on and what is about to happen between the fences of Nigeria and Niger Republic. And you will come to conclusion that you will agree with me that the president of Nigeria, or ECOWAS led by your president, which is Tinubu, is actually not backing down. As Asaredo Kubo told him that he will go to the war and he will win the war. That is what Asaredo Kubo is saying, that he will go to the war, he will win the war. And then I am wondering, when Asaredo Kubo have what it takes to go to war? When did Asaredo Kubo have what it takes to go to war? Because of course you should know when somebody is coming to make mouth on the media, when they want to do media saga, they will come out and say whatever they feel like they want to say. He said he will be able to win the war in Niger Republic if Tinubu deploy him. If his father figure decide to deploy him, he will be actually successful to go and kill his fellow people in Niger Republic, his fellow Muslim in Niger Republic, so that he will win the war. That is exactly what Asaredo Kubo said. So while all these things are going on. The most important thing that you need to understand is that Tinubu and the Ecowas are actually doing everything that they can possibly, that's, at their disposal. They are trying everything at their disposal to make sure that they are the ones who intervene in the activities of Niger Republic. Be it intervention of military or be it intervention of whatever they want to intervene. And I have been asking myself, while all this time there was coup happening within those regions, that Nigeria leader never intervened, and it is now. Does it mean because there are some African leaders who actually went for negotiation of peace in between Russia and Ukraine? Is it because of that reason that ECOWAS decided that they have to do something at all cost to fall in line? When I tell you that it is all about, power mongering, who is going to be who in Africa? Who is going to be who? Who is going to be the one that is actually on the center of attraction? Who is going to be seen as the elder brother? Who is going to be seen as the greatest leader in Africa? Not greatest country. They are not trying to tell you you are going to become a greatest country, but they are trying to tell you, no, you are going to become a greatest leader, which is not about greatest leader that led their country to financial freedom. It is not about greatest leader that actually broke the yoke of economic exploitation on their people. It is not about the greatest leader that actually took their people away from poverty, starvation, corruption, extrajudicial killing, and all this banditry. It is not about that leader. It is about the leader who will make wave in the media, that they have actually tackled the problem in Niger Republic, that they have actually negotiated peace with the big world. So it is all about this type of people that, it is all about it that you see what is going on between ECOWAS and Niger Republic, because there was a coup in Niger, in Mali. Nobody said anything. There was a coup in the Burkina Faso. No one said anything. All this coup happened, among others. Now it has come to Niger Republic because there was already a negotiation to stop a war in Ukraine and Russia. Now somebody is now remembering, no, we have to find a way to come into the limelight because it must be a competition. So each and every day that go by, when we see the trajectory of this, their plan, which they are trying to use, or how desperate they are in trying to actually engage, we will now understand the algorithm. Now it is very, very necessary that you understand that for these people that is called the ECOWAS, they have actually made a new resolution. They have come up with a new resolution. There was this meeting that took place in Nigeria, and this meeting was, I think the delegates of this meeting, some of them arrived yesterday in Nigeria. So I believe the meeting took place either today or last night. That was when the meeting took place. So it is very, very imperative. I had yesterday I had the preparation of that meeting, but I didn't want to talk about it until I get the outcome of the meeting. So it is actually very, very crucial meeting that they had. I say crucial meeting, crucial to them, crucial to them because of they are looking for a position in the global stage. They are looking to be known in the global stage. Let me tell all of you now, African leaders, the only way you will be known or seen as a great leader is a leader that lead their people out of poverty, not leader that go to negotiate peace, or not lead. Negotiation of peace is not something that you need to use to call yourself a great leader. It is bringing your people out of poverty. It is bringing your people out of financial crisis. It is bringing your people together to fight the common enemy. That is exactly the type of leader that will excel in Africa. We can appreciate there are things you people are doing for your own selfish aggrandizement, because it is not for the sake of the individuals or for the sake of the nation. It is things that you guys do for your own selfish aggrandizement. So when you look at trying to go to war with Niger, it is a program that is actually up for their own selfish aggrandizement. It is not for the sake of the nation or benefit of the nation. That is the reason why you find the House of Senate, they say that no, they are not giving support for military deployment. Now, because somebody is warmongering, they are trying to go to war. They want this war at all costs. And if they don't go to this war, they become the biggest cowards. And that's exactly what I am calling them. If this war that is, this warmongering are, within the Ecowas region, if they don't go to this war, it means they are the most, they are the disgraceful. Because the way this war is pushing them to go for it, they are being pushed to go for this war. They are being pushed to go for this war. If they do not go for it, they are the biggest cowards. Because you come out and talk things that you don't have capacity of doing. It is one thing. Coming out to actually back is one thing, but backing and attacking is another thing. Because if you cannot do something, you don't need to come up with it. You cannot come up with it. If you know that before you say something, you think it through. You make sure it is something that came out of you after you might have thought it through or thought it over before you actually start speaking. So we are going to be talking about the latest resolution that ECOWAS had in less than 24 hours, and the deployment of the military standby against the Niger Republic. What does it mean for the Niger Republicans or Nigerians? What does it mean in the Ecowas region? We are going to actually bring it out because this is the first time. For the first time, I am seeing, CNN following up everything that is going on. CNN, everyone in the Western world, every Al Jazeera, CNN, CBS, CBN, all of them are following up to this. So we are going to actually bring a piece to actually, of the resolution in Abuja or at Abuja few hours ago. We're going to bring it and the response as well from the coup leader, what he has to say. On the other hand, you will see a video or a picture which is most Europeans get frustrated when. That is a video of a black woman and a white man. I believe it is a media interview or media talk that the lady was actually talking about the economic marginalization on black people. I don't know where this happened, I believe, but I will actually discover where it happened when I listen to it again. But I know that it is within Africa. It is in Africa. So the only thing I am looking for there, it is not about where it happened or where it took place. I am looking for the attitude. I am looking for the response. I am looking for the aggressions. I am looking for those are the things I am looking for in the video. Then we will use it to analyze our present situation and analyze those who placed us in this present situation, because they might not be physically placing us there, but they have institutionalized something. It's something that you have to implement, or somebody have to implement. It is already implemented and institutionalized, so we have to be flowing. It actually adjusts with time. So that we are going to talk about it now. The other side is Dave Umahi. Ebonyi State will never be part of Biafra. Sentiment made by Dave Umahi. So we are going to be addressing Dave Umahi and teach him what is the meaning of democracy. These are people who claim they are actually democratic. We are going to actually also teach them what exactly is democracy. So welcome and welcome others as we begin. Welcome and welcome others as we begin. So first of all, I want us to go to this. Let us go to this. What is going on in Niger Republic? That thing that is going on in Niger Republic, the latest resolution that Ecowas came up with. After that, we will go to this video of this lady and the guy who got frustrated in the studio, because we will find a way to contextualize it with everything that we're going to talk about this evening, morning, afternoon, depending on where you are paying attention from. So, number one is we are going to be reading a news from CNN. We are reading a news from CNN on the arrangement, or what is a plan against the Niger Republic. So this news says ECOWAS orders immediate activation of standby force in Niger Republic. West Africa leader on Thursday, Thursday, it took place yesterday. On Thursday, ramped up the rhetoric against Niger's coup leaders, ordering the activation and the deployment of a regional standby force to restore constitutional order in the coup hit country. Meeting in Abuja, Nigeria, after the expiration of the 1-week ultimatum they gave to the Niger's military junta, leaders from the Economic Community of West Africa, ECOWAS, called for a deployment or restore constitutional order in the Republic of Niger. According to a statement read by Omar Aliyu Toure, President of the ECOWAS Commission, it was not immediately clear what the deployment and activation of force would entail. The statement also emphasized a determination to keep all options on the table for the peaceful resolution of the crisis. Now, this is, they made it clear that they do not know what the deployment entails. Now, also, they say that the Ecowas region is still, open for every approach that they, Niger want to come with. But it is clear that the Niger coup leader, they have made it clear that they are not conceding. They have made it clear that they will not step down. They have made it clear that they stand on the coup. So, one thing for sure is that ECOWAS deploying standby military, maybe in the border of Niger Republic, it is one thing that might be. It is. I know. I don't want to actually emphasize it in that manner, but let me just try to be a bit diplomatic here. For ECOWAS leaders and their deployment in that region, which they call it a standby force. In an event, you don't even need, do you need a standby force? I don't think they need standby force actually. If they want to go for war, they go for war. If they want to look for peace, they look for peace. Because if you look at it, the coup leader is not ready to concede. They have made it clear that there will be, to an extent, you will push them. They will not even have a choice than to kill that man that is more important than every other person in that country, according to the international community, which is the president that was overthrown. So it shows that these people are not willing to concede. They are not willing to concede. The most, crucial thing that worries everybody, including an average Nigerian. Every average Nigerian, the crucial, situation you find yourself right now is that you are in a crisis. You are in a financial mess. You are in a financial crisis. But your leader is paying attention more to another country, another country's conflict. But he is not paying attention to your crisis there in Nigeria. It is very crucial. It is surprising. It is an irony. Because you must solve your own internal affair before you go to solve external affair. But right now they are trying to solve external affairs. They have not had a meeting on how to deal with inflation that is racketeering Nigeria. They are not trying to bring any solution that will bring fuel price, down from the pump. So right now they are not trying to bring solution to curb this economic meltdown on the people of Nigeria, or economic burden, which is actually limiting the movement of goods and services in Nigeria, making everything, the cost of living, to actually be unaffordable in Nigeria. No, we have not seen meetings that will enable such, move to be made. But we are seeing meeting upon meeting upon meeting upon meeting about ECOWAS, Niger Republic. Niger is trending. So what we are actually coming to tell on behalf of these people that are suffering under APC in Nigeria, it is for them, if they want to go to war in Niger Republic, they should stop pretending. They go to war. If they don't want to go to war, they should go and mind their businesses. Because number one thing is that you keep on threatening somebody. I will threaten you, we will invade you, we threaten you, we are going to come to war, we are going to use military force. You are telling them you are going to use military force as if they don't have military. As if they don't have something that backs them up before they take a step that they have taken. Do you think there is nothing backing them up? Why are you guys fooling yourselves in this regard? Because there is a force that backs these people up. There is a force that is telling them don't concede. So if you want to solve the problem, you solve it. If you feel like you can solve it through deploying military, you deploy them then, and you go and solve your own problem. If you know you don't want to solve this problem, stop wasting time in that problem. Go and solve your internal affair. You go and solve your internal affair and allow these people to determine their fate. Because I know none of you that is even claiming you want to deploy military, you want to restore peace, you want to restore that. You are not doing it for the benefit of anybody, for your own selfish benefit. That is the reason why you are doing it. We all know. We all are aware. So there is nothing you will actually say that will change it. It is for your own selfish benefit. All of them that are pushing, we are going to restore the president, we are going to now go against the will of the people. It is for your selfish benefit. Not even for the benefit of the country where you govern. As an if you get a land, you look for something, you will fight for something to put on it in order to sleep. You cannot start fighting for something to put on a land when you don't have a land. The first thing first, you start from your internal affairs, solve your economic challenges, solve your insecurity in your land. If you cannot solve it and go to another place to go and solve their insecurity and their problem, that means that you are not a president of such nation. Because your problem comes first. Your problem comes first. Whoever that is pushing, go to war, go to do this. Maybe the same people are pushing on the other side. So if you want to go, go. Hey, if you want to go, go. Don't be a coward. Stop being a coward. Because you are being a coward. Even as Saredo Kubo, your son figure, because he said your Tinubu is his father figure. As Saredo Kubo, Tinubu's son figure, said that he is ready to go for that war. Then why are you stopping him? Take him, since the senator did not want you to deploy Nigerian military, because that is the reason why you have paramilitary. That's exactly the reason why as Saredo Kubo said that he is Nigeria paramilitary. Private mercenaries. So he said he was willing to go to war. So that let's go and see Wagner mercenaries and Nigeria mercenaries. Maybe it will be a movie that all of us will want to watch. Bunch of cowards. Let me continue to read. It was not immediately clear that the deployment and activation of the force would entail. The statement also emphasized a determination to keep all options on the table for the peace resolution of the crisis. Now it is now about the peace resolution to the crisis. Peace resolution to the crisis. It is no longer one side or about restore the president. It is no longer about restore the president with immediate effect. Hey, when you just speak without thinking. Before it was we give you 7 days to reinstate the president with immediate effect. Otherwise, we are going to invade you. Now they saw that this generation is not generation that is moved by threats. By threats. No. They were prepared. They were prepared. When you people were using a mask wearer for president in Nigeria, you people did not know. And Tinubu is one of the people who sponsored this mask wearer, who made sure that this mask wearer finished another 4th tenure in Nigeria. It was Tinubu. When they were sponsoring it, they didn't know things like this will happen. Nor is it clear the size of the force involved. Following the ECOWAS announcement, Ivorian President Alassane Ouattara said his country would provide between 850 to 1,100 troops as soon as possible to supplement the standby force. They will start preparing mobilization and putting in place everything they need to deploy to Niger as soon as possible, he said. Before the coup, Niger's defense ministry said its army was 25,000 strong. Before the coup, Niger defense ministry said its army was 25,000 strong. They say that the Niger troops were 10,000. Oh, that is the estimate Nigeria is giving you. They say they are 10,000 military. But today they say that it's 25,000 strong. Correct. Very, very interesting. Niger has been engulfed in political chaos since the late last month, when President Mohamed Bazoum was ousted in a coup d'etat by the presidential guard. ECOWAS responded days later by enacting sanctions and issuing an ultimatum to the ruling military junta: stand down within a week or face a potential military intervention. That was the initial threat. This time around is coming down to the peaceful resolution. That deadline came and went on Sunday, August 6, without any change in the political situation. ECOWAS leaders have said their preference is to find diplomatic solution to the crisis and would send in troops as a last resort. And will send in troops as a last resort. Okay, the troops are being actually on standby. The regional bloc will uphold all measures and principles agreed upon by the extraordinary summit held in Niger on 30th July 2023, at which strong sanctions were decided against the military junta in Niger. Touare also warned of consequences for member states who, by their action directly or indirectly, hinder the peaceful resolution of the crisis. Okay. A separate televised interview, the Ivorian president revealed that all heads of ECOWAS, which is made up of 15 countries, had tried dialogue with the junta but was told they would keep the president as hostage. They would keep the president as hostage. So if there is any move made, of course, that's why they are keeping the president as hostage also. It's a leverage. We cannot let this continue. We have to act, Ouattara said. Ouattara said, who is this Ouattara? Let's find out. He said the military junta should fight militants and not try to kidnap a democratically elected president. Those who are going to fight military junta should fight their terrorists in their borders and inside their countries first. It is actually vis-a-vis. Adding that he had instructed his country to mobilize troops in anticipation of ECOWAS operation. Mali and Burkina Faso led by soldiers who seized power, have expressed solidarity with the Niger's junta and warned that any military intervention will be seen as a declaration of war. Guinea has also said it backs Niger. Has also said it backs Niger Republic. So Guinea is behind them. Niger's armed forces appear to be preparing for possible military intervention this week. A military source told CNN a convoy of about 40 pickup trucks arrived in the capital at nightfall on Sunday evening, bringing troops from other parts of the country. Protest in the capital. Amid the heightened tension, thousands of supporters of junta gathered near the French military air base in Niamey on Friday, chanting slogans hostile to France and Ecowas. Some demonstrators chanted, "Down with France, down with Ecowas." Others waved Nigeria and the Russian flags. Others waved Nigerian and Russian flag. Oh, what does that mean? Others waved Nigeria and Russian flag. So others waved Nigeria and Russian flag. What does that mean? Nigeria is pushing the war because he believes he has the capacity, and the Russian flag is on the other side. Wow. Russia, Nigeria now. It might not be Russia, Ukraine. It will not Russia, Nigeria. But Nigeria, you can beat Russia. Don't worry, you can beat him. You can beat them. And after all, you people are giant of Africa. Don't worry, you can engage. You will beat Russia. Even Asareda Kubo will beat Russia in a fight. No problem. Another student, Ismail Karim, said ECOWAS is not playing its role in Africa. Adding the West African community was not there for Africans, but for France. Very. Is another student, Ismail Karim, said, that has been the same thing we've been saying all along. That ECOWAS is there in solidarity with France. They are not there for anybody in Africa because they don't stand with African problem. They stand with the colonialist problem. Niger was French colony for more than 50 years before its independence in 1960. In 1960. So, diplomatic ties between the two countries were strong before Thursday's putsch. But many Nigerians believe France has continued to act as imperial power when dealing with Niger. There are some 1,500 French troops in Niger, in Niger Republic, according to the French armed forces. The French military has been using Niger as its main partner in the Sahel region and set its deployable air base in Niamey since its forced disengagement from Mali last year. Oh, they disengage from this side, they engage from this side. They disengage from this side, they engage from this side. If Niger Republic should actually, there was something that happened in Afghanistan. Of course, many of you remember what happened in Afghanistan. So Niger Republic, we should, start actually remember what happened in Afghanistan to know how they will treat this military and their bases there. What is the military bases doing in Niger Republic? Why are these people setting up military bases everywhere in other people's country? Why? Military base in these areas, does it mean that is there a threat that is coming from Niger to fight? Do you have any threat coming from Niger Republic to French? So why military bases all over the place there? So they shouldn't forget what happened to in Afghanistan. So maybe they will have some armories. They will add some things into their armors. Otherwise, chase them. Because you cannot tell me that people will be deploying military bases in people's country, using it to threaten them inside their country. That is rubbish. Russia has in recent years attempted to capitalize on that anti-colonial sentiment to bolster its influence across the continent. On Friday, the Russian Ministry of Foreign Affairs said in a statement that Moscow supports ECOWAS mediation efforts, but warned that military intervention could lead to drown out conflicts. Wow. We believe that the military way of resolving the crisis in Niger can lead to a protracted confrontation in this African country, as well as the sharp destabilization of the situation in the Sahel region as a whole, the ministry said. Confusion and concern. Several analysts told CNN that a military intervention in Niger will probably not be imminent, as it takes time to assemble the ECOWAS troops. The communique is about mobilizing the required resources should an intervention be needed, but it also a signal to junta in Niger that ECOWAS is prepared to take necessary action, including force, should talks fail. Abuja-based defense and security analyst Moretala Abdullahi told CNN the bloc did not give any timeline, and Nigeria President Bola Tinubu, who is the current chair, maintained that the use of force would be last resort. However, the news could be received in more urgent terms in Niger. Security analyst Abdurrahman Akason told CNN, pointing out that the Nigerian military has been gaining support locally as ECOWAS continued to talk tough. As ECOWAS continue to talk tough, of course they are talking tough. So while they are talking tough, the Nigerian military is getting support. That's exactly the way it is, because we are no longer in the 18th century or 19th century. This is 21st century. We are wiser now. Another expert recalled that it took 7 weeks for ECOWAS to deploy to Gambia in 2017, a less complicated mission than Niger would be. So, talking about talking tough means that they are making mouth. They are talking things that is bigger than them. The mission to Gambia was much more straightforward, says Cameron Hudson, a senior associate at the Center to the Strategic and Intervention Studies. Niger would not be just an intervention, it's a hostage rescue of a president who is under house arrest and being used as a human shield by the junta. Niger has a significant army trained by US, battle-tested from years of country insurgency, he added. Oh wow, they were trained by the US. Oh, now it all makes sense. It is all making sense. It is all making sense. Africom core values. When we talk about core values, we have seen the core values that the US military under Africom are instilling in African military to go and do coup. And sometimes they will tell you it is Russia that is actually sponsoring the coup, But to confuse people is very, very easy. It could be that there are people who want to remove France in order to come and sit back. I don't know, because coup and counter coup is all about trying to remove somebody who is actually the economic, who is actually the one who is benefiting from your economy or exploiting your economy. Coup is the way to remove them and replace them. And the worst part of it is that some of us Africans will become so naive without knowing that there are some people who will come to you, they become green snake in a green grass. Because this is what we just read here, that the US military were the ones who trained the Niger military. And it can only be under African program, which is they stated that the same applicable to Mali. US military trained, if I am not mistaken, even Burkina Faso or Mali, or both of them, African had military training with these people. So why is it that all of them are resolving to coup? I just hope it is not the interest of US that some of these people are promoting. I just hope, because I don't know. Because if it is, when you sell a dog to buy a monkey, you will understand. Maybe you sell the dog because of you don't like the way it sits, and you go buy a monkey, you wouldn't know that they sit the same. So I don't know. Trying to rob Peter to pay Paul, it doesn't pay. It doesn't pay, because Peter will come back for his money. If you try to rob Peter to pay Paul, Peter might actually end up coming back to his money. So, it is very, very crucial that we understand exactly what and where this energy from these people is being derived from. Very, very important, because this is a politics, an issue of politics. People decide. We know very well that our African, especially people who have access to leadership, political leadership, those people, they are selfish. They can come up with anything. So until we find out exactly what they are up to, we will not understand. Because I know that people are very, very naive. People are very, very interested in their interest is anything that will remove the current boogeyman that they know, without knowing who is trying to remove this boogeyman and what is their intentions. Is it the same intention as the boogeyman, or is it the same, a different intention or a different approach? Because I have never seen where you rob Peter to pay Paul and you become successful or beneficial. It will never be beneficial to you. So we need to understand exactly what is the drive, what is the catch. Because all these militaries, since they've been training with the US military, so who is actually giving them the tactics to plan a coup and overthrow their leaders? So the best question is well known. So who is doing that, and why after doing it they will come and pretend as if they don't know? They will be planning on military military intervention, which is now called the shadow war, that is being plotted against these people, which is called protracted war, that is being plotted. So until you find out, your guess is as good as mine, because we need to know what is going on. Because judging from the antecedent of what I've seen here, you know, I don't think there is anything good about it. I don't think so. But let me actually, you know, bring it back to this, you know, interview that actually sparked up aggravation or aggression. I think I am going to bring this to the screen. I am going to bring it to the screen because you need to see. We need to see exactly what happened here. I don't want to see it alone. Because having, you know, seeing these things, like I said, that the only thing I want to actually take out of this, it is about the aggression, the frustration and the actions. It is something I want to pick up here for us to understand that the people we are dealing with, they will not actually think about change. They are proud. They are even, you know, they are dealing with you and still seeing you as the aggressor. So this is exactly what what is happening. They deal with you, they kill you systematically, they still see you as the aggressor because they have managed all the time to allow you, to make you to your fingerprint or your DNA to be found in the scene of their crime. So each time they come up against you, you will now know that they don't feel remorse. They are actually proud of themselves for what they have done against you. So that is exactly what we are going to look into here. But before we go there, let me join. Before we get there, let's try to join. Let's try to bring this other pages in before we play the video. Looks like we're also grappling with so while we are waiting for for this to load, we are basically grappling with network reception. So, but let's go for the video. Doesn't matter. Let's go for the video.
Very narrow perspective. That's the most unfortunate part of this.
It's not a perspective. It's a real fact.
Do you care about the starving millions of African people in this country?
I care
Do you care about the farm workers who are being oppressed in this country? Do you care about the fact...
Don't interrupt me. I've finished. Thank you. Bye. Take where the shit. Bye.
Did you see what happened here? Did you see what happened here? This is now actually some of the reason why you will understand that capitalism is not going to work in Africa. Capitalism, it is actually another tool to promote oppression, another tool to promote oppression. Capitalism. So because if you look at it, most of these capitalists, number one, most of them are from Europe. They are from Europe. Most of these capitalists, they are from Europe. And most of them are men. Most of them are men. When they are in Europe, they do not practice patriarchy because there is no patriarchy in Europe. There is no patriarchy in Europe. There has never been. It is actually one of the things they have actually seen as the challenges that they could not deal with it. They actually try to bring it to Africa. So, and how are they bringing it to Africa? By actually making the patriarchy that is found in Africa to become very violent. So that men will no longer understand their duty in a patriarchal society. Because that is exactly what they have managed to achieve. For you not to understand your duty in a patriarchal society, then you will believe patriarchy is all about being, claiming the ownership of a woman, and you trying to be you, no matter how wrong you are, you want the woman to answer you, sir, or to have to control them like a dog. No. That is actually polluted patriarchy. That is, polluted patriarchy. Because patriarchy is a society where a man stands to be a man, protect everything, and make sure that their woman is their pride, and make sure their woman is protected. Not where they kill the woman. Not where they kill the woman or beat them up. It is not patriarchy. So, in this regard, you find out that they have never had any system of patriarchy in Europe. I don't think so. There has never been. If there is, you can actually inform me. And in a situation whereby that they don't have any system of patriarchy, having seen such action, having seen such, character, it actually entails of it's actually explain itself on how these people are seeing Africa. Both women, both men, both children, both the elderly, they see you as nothing. You don't deserve a respect. You don't deserve a respect. Remember, this is a studio where somebody is being interviewed. They throw a very, very valid question at him. He got frustrated. He got like he lost it. He got frustrated. And so many of you might argue that why was the woman not allowing him to talk? Because that is exactly what a lot of you who are supporting the guy is going to say. Why was the woman not allowing him to talk? Get it and get it clearly. And this is a policy in every media houses. In every media houses, they work with time. So if they have to actually, if they don't have enough time, they will make sure that they bring out all the questions that you need to answer. Just like she is actually working with time. But some of you will call it arrogancy. It is being professional in the field, handling the field where she occupies correctly. So that is exactly one thing that I want to clear here, because so many of you will use it to nullify the action of this guy. Now she asked her a question. Ask her a question. Actually, follow it up. Instead of the guy to relax to digest the question and formulate the answer, he got, he got out of hand. He got pissed. He got aggravated. He showed his breed. He couldn't even pretend. Even if he had the opportunity, he was going to clap the woman or beat her up. We thought that these people were actually gentlemen. Gentlemen who is trying to teach us women empowerment. I thought that women empowerment started from Europeans. So how come it started from Europeans? They don't respect women. Wow. Or is it only because she's a black woman that she cannot be respected in her studio? Not even the guy's office. It is in the woman's office. You come to intimidate her inside her office. That's the problem I have here. That is the problem. He took it too far. because they, in their mind, they believe that Africa and African people are people who are supposed to be OES members. Yes, OEA members. Don't ask questions. Anything we tell you, you believe it. That is the reason why when you see some of the Europeans trying to tell you about news that just happened, or trying to tell you about things, they will be explaining it to you as if you don't even have access to TV or social media. They will be explaining it to you as if you are actually teaching children. You know those children that don't understand, they will be telling you those stories as people who cannot understand, because they see you as, you know, somebody who is far behind, that they know better than you. If you want to understand what I am saying, I want you to pay attention. Anytime you see any European, then they're trying to tell you as a black person, trying to give you information or what is happening, ask them about what is happening maybe in the news. You will find where they will start telling you. It's not, you know, if they don't mean no harm, it is not a bad thing. But the way they will start telling you shows you that they undermine your capability of looking for information. They undermine your capability of knowing what you know, what they know. That is what I saw there. So in this situation, he is shocked. How can this woman bring me to national TV to ask me question? How can this woman bring me to national TV to throw my sins on my face? So he got pissed. He even tried to beat up the woman. So let's just finish watching the video. Then we'll come back.
Okay. And you won't dare,
Mr. Vasahi,
you won't dare interrupting me once
you
more.
very
Take away the gun.
Thank you very much. Touch me, and you'll be in trouble. Touch me on my studio.
You touched me.
Touch me on my studio. Touch me on my studio.
You touched me.
And
take away his arm.
touch me on my studio.
Take away his arm from
Touch me on my studio. Touch me on my studio.
I touch you on your studio.
Touch me on my studio.
I touch you on your studio.
You don't do that.
Yo, don't talk. Wait. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
I am not finished with you.
Mr. Vasahi, stop threatening this woman. Mr. Vasahi, I'm telling you, stop it now. Would you stop it now, Mr. Vasahi?
I won't stop it. You try to stop me.
Mr. Vasahi, why are you threatening this poor woman? What has she done to you? She's expressing her views.
She's talking about the capitalist whites. Why do you think they...
And it's a
All right. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? He even started threatening the woman. I am not done with you. So if you're not done with her, are you going to wait for her to beat her up, or are you going to wait for her to, you know, take her to jail? You know, I don't know, say the type of threat. I am not done with you. So it is actually an intimidation. It is actually an intimidation, which, you know, it is possible for a case of intimidation to be opened. A case of intimidation might be opened against him. So in this regard, because having said I am not done with you, it is a threat. It is a threat. A case of intimidation must be opened. Now, it is very, very crucial that you notice the reason why he got frustrated. He is not getting frustrated because of, because he didn't know the question that is going to be asked, or he didn't see it coming, but he's getting frustrated because why would you, a black person, ask me a question boldly? Why must you stand master boldly? That is actually the situation he found himself. No, you don't. When did you start asking me a question boldly? When did you start growing, wings? That is the frustration. Because they don't believe. Yet they say that change is the only thing that is constant. We've been answering them. Everything they do used to be beautiful. Everything they do used to be correct. So they are used of being, correct. They are used of being, in charge. So inside the studio, the woman did her job. Mr. Visahi decided to show his breed. Get frustrated. To show that whatever the woman is asking, there is a truth behind it. There is a truth behind it. It is something that is in existence. That is the reason why he got so aggravated. Because he does not want to answer this question. He does not know where to start from. And he's frustrated. How can you tell me this truth in my face? Don't you know we own this place? Don't you know we run the show? That is actually the problem that I've discovered here. And the woman just stood firm. She didn't even care. She didn't even move. And the man was acting like a woman, while the woman was keeping calm like a man. It is actually, it is not like it is not because I'm not insulting the man. I'm actually analyzing what I have seen in this video. That's what I have seen. Because unlike other women are the people who get aggravated. They are the people who get aggravated. Just like there was a video I was watching yesterday. The woman got so aggravated, trying to even throw punch and hand, but they gave her one slap. She even flew and hit her head on the counter. So it was like, because I know women get aggravated more than, if you are not in control, you lose it as well with them. So it is, the woman was calm. The man was now behaving in the place of women. So it is something that is actually funny. But truth to be told, he understood that the question on the public in front of the whole world is a question that he does not have an answer to. It's a question he does not have an answer to, and he doesn't want to. He is deliberately not having an answer to it, because this is what they do. Capitalist. And the institution that they have actually brought up against Africa. The policies, the post-colonial policies is still ruling over us. And those policies must be abolished. Let those policies be abolished, that every man will be equal in the eyes of the law. That's all we are asking. We are not asking for the destruction of the Europeans. We are not asking for the destruction of anybody. Let every man be equal in the eyes of the law. Let every man enjoy their sovereignty. Let every man live and let live. That is the slogan. And for everybody to be equal in the eyes of the law, policies must be changed or must be abolished. Forgiveness need to be asked. People need to ask for forgiveness. Reparation need to be done. Being aggressive while we are trying to discuss in a situation that has affected and actually destroyed the minds of many people or the lives of many people, and you are being in denial, or you are getting aggravated because you don't want to solve this existential problem, which is also an existential threat to you yourself. You are in denial of solving it. You are in denial of doing reparation. That is very, very condescending. Very, very condescending. We know very well they are condescending. They have a condescending nature. So they will never, everything they do, the world must revolve about them. Not about any other person. The world must revolve around them. That's how they roll. So, I am going to sideline this one here. And we have one more thing to talk about. We call it a day. Now, it is Devil Omahi. Devil Omahi said that Ebonyi State will never be part of Biafra. That is what Devil Omahi said here. Ebonyi State will never be part of Biafra, just because he was a governor in Ebonyi State for how long? Is it for 8 years or for 4 years? And he believed that he owned Ebonyi State. For him to say that he believed that he represents Ebonyi State, that's why he will come and make such sentiment that he did, that Ebonyi State will never be part of Biafra. We have actually, very simple response to him. But before we give him that response, hear this thing. Hear what he said.
If anybody is telling you about Biafra, first and foremost, I've been saying it. Chief Elechi said it. Ebonyi State will never be part of Biafra. We are not Biafra. We've been so oppressed, and now we are finding our feet, and they want us to go back. We will not. We are better.
Devil Omahi said that he's been so oppressed that the Ebonyi State will never be part of Biafra. Just because Devil Omahi was a governor for 8 years in Ebonyi State. He decided that now, if there is 5 million people in Ebonyi State, that the Devil Omahi is the mouthpiece of all these 5 million people in Ebonyi State. These are the same people. This is the same man the man Akpabio, the Senate President of Nigeria, was talking about yesterday. Once he finished the taking the oath of office, that the token will be sent into their bank account, so that they will go and for Kafaja Kwo, so that they will go to holidays. Kafabula Asa ga holiday. That is exactly what the Senate President was telling them. When he noticed that there is camera, Senate President changed his story. He knocked that in. He changed his story. He said, "No, I am withdrawing that statement. I mean to say that prayers has been sent to your mailboxes so that you will enjoy your holidays." Holidays because they have been selected to come and loot to Nigeria. So for the sake of them being selected, they have to actually share money amongst themselves first. Not their salary. Not their allowances. This is money they have to share amongst themselves. These are people from governor to minister, from presidential candidate to minister, to ministerial candidate, or to ministerial position. from presidential candidate, governor, after governor, they go for presidential candidate or presidential aspirant to now a ministry position. Anyway, now, any which way in a way. That is their slogan. Any which way in a way. As long as we remain in power to continuously stealing from Nigeria, as long as we remain in power, power belongs to only these people. Power in Nigeria, does not belong to any other person except these few individuals. Those are the people that power belongs to. Nobody else. So that is exactly one thing they are doing. But one most crucial thing about what this guy is saying, Ebonyi State is under Biafra, and it is the people of Ebonyi State who will decide who they are, and it is one man, one vote. Not Dave Umahi 5 million vote. No, it does not work like that. It is one man, one vote. So another thing we are talking about here is there is what we have discovered. There is something I discovered about. There are people, there is somebody I saw making a broadcast saying that he is standing neutral. I don't know his name, but he's from Coastal Biafra. He said he is standing neutral in the case of this, in the situation that IPOB found, herself. He said he's been neutral because he don't want to be used to fight wars. Wars for who? Used to fight which war? If I am actually going to be direct to this guy, I can't remember his name, but he was one of the comrades that are very, very vocal when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was out. Immediately when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have problem, so many of them disappeared. So many of them followed Kanu Takano. But when they come out, they're acting like they are neutral. I don't like to deal with people who cannot own up to be, Bible say you must be hot or you are cold. You cannot be hot and cold at the same time. You find out that the organization that you are part of is being infiltrated from left, right, and center. You claiming that I don't want to be part of those fighting people, and you called us attacking dogs. That's what he actually called people like us who were protecting the structure, the legacy of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He called us an attacking dogs. So, I saw that broadcast. I decided I wouldn't want to bring it in front of me because it is not worth it. It is not worth it. It is just that I am trying to address such ignorance, because for him to come out and after 2 years, after almost 2 years, to come out and tell us, no, he is the wiser. He is a wiser man. He has to go and do his own businesses, go and mind his business, because he is scared that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has been taken away. Maybe he will be the next. And after the end of the day, hiding behind probably Kanu Takano and the Nayanya. And he is coming to tell us that he is neutral. No, there is no such thing like neutrality. And asking us what has the structure, the DOS done for the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Whenever you hear people asking you this, you must know that they are autopilot. Regardless of what they will tell you, they are autopilot. And if you look at it, Kanu Takano worked with autopilot, regardless of whether you like it or not. He worked with autopilot. So when that person is, maybe they are repented Boko Haram, trying to find a way to sneak that, to maneuver their ways into back to the struggle from the back door, to act as if everything is all right, to act as if you are the most matured person. you don't want to get enemy, but you want to fight for freedom. Do you know what exactly it means by defending your organization, defending your franchise? Do you know what it means? It means that you saying that you don't want to come out to defend the organization which you are using to fight for your freedom, it means that you are two-faced. You are seriously two-faced. And those who were defending it, you call them attacking dogs, because you think you are more intelligent by going underground, doing all your sabotage. After doing all your sabotage, you come up and tell us you don't want to fight personal issues. Who told you that somebody is fighting personal issue? Is there any personal issue in an organization such as Biafra? Do you think that people like me are here to defend Mazi Chinasa Sanworu, or to defend Mazi Chike Doziem, or to defend any member of DOS? No, we are here to defend the structure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu built his legacy. That the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is rooted on. That's what we are here to defend. Not to defend individual. So be you who, and the people like you are people who still have that mentality. So you are not qualified to even tell people to emancipate, because you need emancipation first before you tell people to emancipate. Why did I say so? The reason why I say so is that when you look at Nigeria today, you find out the reason why Nigeria is in the problem they have today. It is because people did not start protesting on time. People did not start, the structure was built in a way that nobody will wake up to challenge the status quo. Nobody. Once you wake up to challenge the status quo, they kill you, they eliminate you immediately. Now, people were scared of being eliminated, just like you are. Scared of, I don't want to be on the other side of this. I want to be a green snake in a green grass. Let me do my own from underground, from behind the scene. Then I will come out and act like guy man. No, you don't play those type of games, around people like me. You don't play those type of games around people like me. Because number one thing is that if you cannot stand up and leave nepotism behind, because people like you promote nepotism, because it is Kanu Takano involved, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's sibling. If he does something, you cannot reprimand him because he is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's siblings. That is favoritism and nepotism, and we don't tolerate that rubbish. It is not what we are here for. We are here to fight for our freedom, not to defend nepotism and favoritism. In a situation whereby Kanu Takano come and, disobeying the leadership that was structured by his brother, that is taking advantage of the brotherhood in the struggle. If you want to take advantage of the brotherhood, you should go to his family. He does that inside his family house, not with anything concerning with IPOB, because this is a situation whereby the whole nation of Biafra is involved, not only the family. Without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we don't know his siblings. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it on several occasions, even when he was addressing Vanguard, the news that was written by Vanguard. I think in 2019 or 2018, he was addressing them. They said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have made this issue of he made it a family business. He addressed them. He said that IPOB is not a family business, that there is no family affairs in the IPOB. He made it very clear. So if he made it very clear while he could defend himself, and somebody we don't know who is deriving his energy come and start doing brotherhood things, brothers this, brother that, who is supposed to be actually on a periphery, if there is anything he want to do, he discuss it with the leadership. They do it without him coming even to tell us he is addressing Biafra. If you want to come and tell us something, he tell us something in a situation whereby he give us update on the situation of his brother in the DSS dungeon. Not to come and tell us, we must do this, code of conduct to Juwesi, start challenging the activities of the leadership publicly. That is actually a slap to the face of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. So we defend Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in that regard, because that is whom we are defending. So that we do not want anybody, be it his brother, to come and to rubbish his legacy. That's exactly what it is. Respect is reciprocal. If you cannot respect the director, if your father owns a company, whether that company is father and sons, and you are still a child, this company has not been it has not been awarded to you as your personal property. Your father, who chose to have a executive manager of the company, because you are not qualified to be, and you come out there and start making decision for this executive manager, executive manager or whoever in that company, you come to make decision to such people, taking a decision that you know you don't understand the formation of the business yet, or even if you understand it, you don't run the day-to-day activities of the business. It is in the hands of professionals. Now you are not professional. You come to make decision on behalf of the professionals. The same thing that your dad hired these people to do, because your dad saw that you cannot make this decision. Now you come and make yourself available to make such decision. If I take it as an executive director or executive management of this particular business, I deserve to be fired, because I don't answer to your son or your brother. I answer to you as the owner of the business. I answer to you, except if you come to say that my brother said or my father said. If you come to say my father said, we need to do it this way, he is my boss. I have to obey him, because it is my father said. It is not you. It is not your own decision. That is how you know a very, very, professional person. They don't take order from, because you are a family member. Then you come and ruin it for him. If there is any mistake, the father will ask you, did I ask you to take orders from my son? Because that is the question that will come to you. So that is the reason why we know that so many of you have never been incorporated in any corporate society or in any corporate world. Maybe you've been employed. Or you've been all your life you've been employed. You have never been, in a space of management in a corporate society. So you will not understand how an organization is run. Standing order of organization, which is the legacy of the organization, must be protected. And when you are protecting the legacy of the organization, it is at your own benefit, because you are benefiting from this organization. If you can't protect the legacy of this organization, the organization collapse, you collapse. Regardless of who was involved, it will not be, they won't ask you. The question is that we handed you over this and you let it collapse. That will be written in your curriculum all your life, in your legacy all your life. So, if you don't know how things are run, there are many amateurs in this regard. So those people, if you don't know things how it is run, you sit down, you learn. Don't come to the media to act guy man. You don't act guy man. What we are doing is more, it is something that is very, very diplomatic. We don't do guy man things here. And we will not continue to correct these mistakes because we have a lot to talk about. But the fact that you call those who stood firm, fighting what you could not stand to fight, you call them attacking dogs. We're supposed to look into to see what is playing the song that you are dancing. Because you are dancing solo gede. That is exactly what you are dancing. You didn't make sense. Maybe there are some things that you said might supposed to make sense, but because of many things you said makes them invalid. All of them, everything you said there is invalid. And I appreciate my comrade Ikem Patrick, who actually came into that program and make a record straight. It was a wise decision. It was a wise move. So it is very, very important that we understand that a jiro guy America. Come on, highest you go there, you ponti nata. That is it. We've been fighting the enemy, trying to destroy the struggle. You come to tell us no. We are fighting personal people. We are fighting each other. This is we are fighting each other. We are fighting each other. When this issue was starting, I decided to take out my time, take out my resources. I decided to send somebody to go and see Mazen Nnamdi Kanu before I decided to engage in this fight. I did it, which led to the first interview I had with Barrister Joffo. And I told you people that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not in support of what Ekperima in Finland is doing. That if it is possible, we should give that criminal media blackout from the early stage. That's what we're supposed to do to him. But on the contrary, he didn't know the gravity of what he was trying to do that time. That we must debunk him. We must debunk the activities of what he was trying to do. Otherwise, the plan was to place IPOB in terrorist index, to make IPOB terrorist, and he used autopilot to continue to kill our people. Without IPOB will be crippled without even intervening. Without using any name IPOB to make Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to stay there for eternity. Because he is working for the West. He is working for the West, while also working for the Nigerian DSS and all that. You heard that what exactly Mazi Benjamin Madubugu said yesterday. It is exactly what the response I got from Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in 2021. In 2021, right? When all this shenanigans started. That was the response. If you check the video I did before interviewing Barrister Joffo in 2021, that's where you will see. That is exactly what the response I got from Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It is the same thing that he says again. So, having seen all that, you will understand that these people, our people is that when you are telling them something, because they don't understand how things are done, they only rely on their own, wisdom, talent, they rely on that, and they will be pushing a narrative, sponsoring a narrative. They will say now, as people who think that they are clever, the reason why they are fighting this man called Simon is because they are jealous of him. We ask you, jealous of him on what aspect? What exactly are you going to be jealous of with Simon? What about him? What's so special about him? being in Europe for 20 years without having anything, bringing anything back home, forgetting where he come from staying in Europe. So what is it to be jealous of? What is it that you need to actually, in your own right mind, those of you who are uninformed, what is it that you have to be jealous of about Simon? Jealous of him being used to kill your own people. Is that why you will be jealous of Simon? So they said, you know, you are jealous of him. That's why you are also criticizing him, this and that. Today you are hearing the truth. Some of you, you know, that are actually foolish, you will still be, you know, confused, because he will come and brainwash you again. He will come and brainwash you again. He want to say, he's telling you he want to unite with Russia to go and fight Nigeria. Why can't he unite with the Finland? He claimed that he's an army. He claimed that he's a lawyer. He claimed that he's a politician. Why can't he unite with the Finland to come and fight his battle? The battle he's always opening his mouth, talking rubbish. We will declare war. We will do this. We will do that. Why can't he unite with the country where he is first, before extending it to the enemy of the same country where he is? Is that not ironic? Is that not an evidence for all of you? When you listen to this guy, you will understand without being told that this guy is a common criminal whom COVID-19 actually messed him up, that to the extent that he is willing to do anything, even in the open, without even, you know, fear of the consequences. COVID-19 actually took him away from the office that bogus office that is using to exploit people in the name of visa agents. That is a visa agent you are seeing there. I will be jealous of a visa agent. Visa agent, don't worry, your pastor. Why should I be jealous of him? We told you all that. Anybody that comes around, Simon will tell you that person is a criminal, including the wife of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu becomes a criminal. In fact, if the children of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu came around, he will also call them a criminal, because he is playing the dirty game of the Western agenda. The Western dirty game, that's what he's playing. And I know the only way to get to this guy is to, file a lawsuit against him. That's the only way to get at him, because he knows that is the reason why he started doing all those rubbish. And I've been saying it. That is the only way to get at this. File a lawsuit against him. A lawsuit. He will be going to court and coming back. A lawsuit of being prejudiced against an organization. A lawsuit of a false pretense. A lawsuit of racketeering. Because he did a lot of that. There are many things you can charge that criminal with, because he raised funds in the name of IPOB. He killed people in the name of IPOB. It is a sabotage to the organization. He has a lot of cases to answer, but I don't know the reason why those things were not done when it was supposed to be done. He knows. But the best thing known to the leadership, the people on top, is best known to them. And those who are in Finland, it is best known to them as the reason why they haven't established a litigation against him. Now, Benjamin Madubugu, he went to see Onyendu. He actually came back. He announced to Biafrans. And those of you who will be claiming I am confused, I was confused. People that knows me that I have never, there is no war I will engage with. As long as I have find out it is a law, it is something that is actually upright. I don't fight to oppress people. One thing I can never do is to try to oppress somebody who has never done anything to me. I can never fight to oppress somebody or to be jealous of somebody. No, not me. I am too decolonized to be like that. But when I find out that you are holding this, person for ransom, racketeering, I will never let you be. That is the reason why I made inquiries to find out from Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, is this guy working for you, or is this guy actually working under you, or what? What exactly is this guy? He's a criminal. That's it. He's a criminal from the beginning. And if you understand the activities of Ejimako, and I know when Ejimako started being friends with Simon since 2021, that was when Ejimako, from the time they say Simon said that he is no longer praying for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to change clothes. That was when Ejimako started feeding him with information. When he said that the clothes that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu they want to give him has juju, it was Ejimako that gave him that information. It was Ejimako who said that to him. Because I told you that time that it was a statement that was made by the DSS in their private facility. It was Ejimako who told him. And if I want to be, on a fair side, lawyers like Ejimako, you don't actually be trusting in them because for a particular organization, because he's not IPOB lawyer. So since he's not IPOB lawyer, he is bound to actually be lawyering with other people. But to be lawyering with other people and now selling information of another client to this client, that's where it becomes problematic and unprofessional. That's where it became problematic and unprofessional. Using this person, robbing Peter to pay Paul, that's where it becomes problematic. The fact that they have a dealing with IPOB does not mean that they cannot represent any other person. It is their profession. They can represent anybody they want to represent in the court of law, including enemy of IPOB. But as long as they are not representing this enemy of IPOB against IPOB, that is what matters. This is their profession, the line of their duty. So, but where it becomes problematic is that selling information, because you are inside and using that information for your own selfish benefit. It is unprofessional. It is unprofessional. And the reason why I will put it this way, in a diplomatic way, it is because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu settled everything through Mazi Benjamin Marubugu. He settled everything. So now, I don't think you will be hearing Ekperima in Finland much in my mouth. It is time to black him out. Media blackouts. Because those who don't want to hear, they don't want to hear. It is time now to sideline him and, we will not talk about him again. That is the best thing. The best stage where we are at now. We are focusing. And I have actually tried to make peace with it. We are focusing. Those who want to die in his hands, they should go and die. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB and the media, we have distanced ourselves from him. So he can go ahead, knock himself out. Those who want to be stupid and follow him, let them continue. They are adults. They make their own decision. Those, if you want to, if you continue using IPOB name, go and set a litigation against him. That's all. Otherwise, I don't have time for the shenanigan of those stupid set of people. Again, I'm done. We won. So, the same way we will continue to win until we get Biafra and do our nation building. So, this is where I am going to leave it until we meet again. But of course, we will meet on Sunday evening from between 8 o'clock and 7 o'clock Biafra time. If the leadership is not coming online in those days. So, but until we meet again, stay safe, stay informed. Salute. Enjoy your weekend. Do not drink and drive. Make sure you stay safe and keep your eyes on the ball, because we are going to win this war. We are going to be free. All we need is your support. All we need is your support. And keep focus. Don't let anything stand in your way. Freedom is life. Freedom is heaven. Freedom is eternity. Freedom is God. Bye for now.